Welcome back to Israel's Movie Reviews, and this is episode 27. Today we're going to be discussing Don't Breathe, starring Stephen Lang. This is part 2. We're going to be discussing. If you didn't see part 1, please skip this video and go check it out, then come back on a later date. Even though there's not going to be really spoiler territory, there are going to be certain things I'm going to explain that it's going to lead you into this movie that I have to explain that happened in the first movie. So, this story follows our blind Navy SEAL, Norman Nordstrom, who survives another day in an isolated house. He's raising a girl, and that is not his own daughter, and she's an orphan from a house fire, which we later discover in this film was a house where they were cooking meth. Norman looks for redemption in this movie because in the last movie he played an evil role. Although what happened to him was unwarranted, people broke into his house trying to steal his money, and he did what he had to do. But in this film he tries to definitely flip the story around, because in the first movie, I'm not going to go over it in this one, I don't want to spoil it if it's for most, but he did something that was very brutal and very unforgiving to a girl. And I guess in this one, he takes solidarity and tries to help this 11-year-old girl. Throughout the movie, you notice that on the TV, there are folks being kidnapped from where he left. Certain parts of Detroit where they're kidnapping girls for organs, such as kidneys, lungs, heart. So he escapes there and takes this girl basically to a remote area and raises her there and trains her, because you never know if you get into a situation where you might need to protect yourself. So you see this in the beginning of the movie. Now, that aside, the sequel works if you can suspend your disbelief in more than one way. You have to be aware that Stephen Lang is playing a different version of himself from the first movie. And now that you can assume that, this film will work for you. Even if it was a standalone effort, the film definitely continues the story from the past movie, 8 years into the past, and it picks up where the other one left off. So if you can dig his transformation, you can forget the evil that he's done in the past movie. This one is going to take you for a joyride. It's violent. Most of the violence in the movie are off screen, but we do get to see a lot of horrible things in the movie. That carnage candy. And it's definitely not for the faint of heart, for sure. So if you're weak in the stomach, just get prepared. And there's an expected bonus scene after the credits that you're going to be very excited for. This movie was definitely an up and down ride. And Stephen Lang, for an older gentleman, who's up there with Liam Neeson and, the Vin Diesels and the old Tom Cruises of the world, because he plays a phenomenal role. You can tell that it's not only his shape, but the physical toll he had to do in this movie to break in were amazing. Go ahead and check this movie out. I give it a 3.5 out of 5. It's one of the most action horror movies of 2021. If you like this video, please hit that like button, hit that notification bell, and subscribe to the next one. Peace.